have to heal. You have to heal. How do you know when you need to heal? What are you wanting to heal from? There's just things that like, let's get into it.
You need space and you need to learn how to sit with self.
Yo, what's up? What's up, gang?
What up? What up?
Y'all, here we go one more time. I'm BB, the host that does the most. Wait, I don't want to say that. I actually practiced to not say that in the. Oh my God, this probably gonna be a clip that's gonna be kept. But no, I practiced not to say that in the shower. I was trying to think of like a ring-a-dinger like to say. And I'm here, the host that's queer, BB, and I was like, that's not cute either. But anyway, I'm BB. What's up, y'all?
Hey, y'all. It's Bryn, as you know.
It's your boy Sam, man. I'm in the building.
Hey, you already know, this is a chaos effect. Let's go.
Hey, bro, no, I want to tell y'all this story. Bro, I've been waiting how many days?
Oh, he did say
About a week.
Days.
2-3 days.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Bruh. All right, so I got a ticket like last week or whatever, and it was for my like license plate and my new sticker. I didn't have the new sticker or whatever. Bruh. I ended up going to the BMV, right? But before I went to the BMV, I was scrolling on TikTok, right? And I seen these people doing the vinegar and baking soda head wash.
Yeah.
Bruh, why I do that before I left out, right? I thought I washed it all out of my head. I'm in the BMV. I'm just looking around like.
Judging people when it's him.
Ooh, smell like vinegar. Who smell like vinegar? Like, for real. Man,
It was
I
you?
had to think. I'm like, I thought I washed everything out, right? And I didn't know you were supposed to put shampoo and conditioner right after.
Yeah.
Man, I was in there smelling like salt, vinegar.
So you watched
Vinegar chips.
the first part of the detox
Salty.
video
Salt.
and not the rest of the video, Sam.
I was so
He did exactly
salty.
what he shouldn't have
I
did.
was so salty. I went home and then I washed my hair with the shampoo and conditioner, right? I left back out. Still had a scent of the vinegar in my head. I'm like, bro, I need to go home and just lay down.
And try it again.
Try it again the
Yeah.
next day.
Did it work? Come here.
Yes, I think.
Smell all right?
A touch. Not too much, though.
Is this smell vinegary?
For real?
Damn.
It's vinegar.
I'll never do that again.
You
I'm
didn't
never
do it right.
I did. They said baking soda, apple cider vinegar. I said, put the baking soda in my head, and then I put the vinegar on top of my head.
No. You're
Then
supposed
I
to
even soak my dreads in like a bowl.
You're supposed to just put your head into a bowl of diluted baking soda and vinegar with some water, Sam. You're not supposed to just
They
pour
didn't
straight
do that
vinegar
on
on your head.
They didn't do that in the video.
Wait, okay. I just missed that. He poured straight vinegar on his head. Wait, no, I thought you were going to say, like, dang, like you had the baking soda cake. You know, baking soda
And I
cake.
still had it in cornrows.
So you didn't take your...
So what did you do? You defeated the purpose of the wash.
I'm judging you.
It's
right
like
now.
taking a shower with clothes on.
I was trying something new, and
I love
it
you for
didn't-
that.
it
Don't
didn't
do that
work
again.
out. I didn't know you had to take out your hair and then do
The wash.
and then I didn't know you had to dilute the.
That's supposed to be like
the
a
vinegar.
detox. After you take your hair out, you haven't washed your hair for a month because it's been a style or two, and you're about to go get a fresh retwist. That's how you clean your hair.
But you learn something new every single day, so I was like, yeah, okay,
okay, so
okay.
did you
Noted.
learn from it though? You learned
Noted.
from it.
Will never in my life.
He's so
I
young.
guess
Do that
I'm
again.
just so baffled by
Never.
this story that he wanted to tell us for 2 days. That I'm thinking it was something that was so horrific and horrendous. And I'm sitting here like, now we have an audience, and the audience has to hear this story about this
Yeah.
baking soda mishaps. I feel bad. I do apologize. That's why my hair is cut low, because I couldn't
I mean, I
maintain.
take care of my hair though.
I mean,
got
that's
some
fine.
pretty hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They always say it's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's very healthy.
Yeah. But I was just trying something different. I wanted to I don't know.
And we learn and don't do that again, or have somebody professionally do it.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
got
know,
you.
bruh. I
just-
know. I always
you
get
got it?
Bruh, yes.
Dumb
Okay,
Bro,
I mean,
watch out, bro. Yes, bro.
well, you're the one with the vinegary head, but
All right,
Yo, so that's a situation, right? And I think that they can actually bring it to our next topic, right? Because he was so traumatized by that, he had to heal. He had to heal. Yo,
Hey, bro.
Say
Go
any
ahead.
words?
Go
You're
ahead.
that was so off topic. Like,
It-
where did that come from? I love
Lewis.
you.
I've been.
It's
wanting
been
to
on your
say that. It's
mind.
been on my. Like I had to get that out. Like I had to,
And the fact is that you drove all the way here and remembered that.
bro. I couldn't. Like I just had to. Cause I ain't been to work either. So I was like, how can I tell y'all?
We have a group chat.
Yeah, you FaceTime us
I
for
be at
everything
work.
else.
You got
FaceTime.
breaks.
You know.
You get
take
off?
my breaks. I take my breaks with passion.
What
right?
about when you get home?
I need rest sometimes from the outside world, and I have to like.
You could just share that in a voice memo, hit send, and then we could hear
I
it.
can't because my headphones, bro, they don't pick up audio well, bro. I'm trying to tip.
Nothing. Like,
Real quick.
No, my phone. I'm all right.
Real quick.
Next topic, man. Why y'all on me? Next topic, bro.
I just like
Next topic.
You brought this upon yourself.
Man, I thought we was going to the next topic.
next.
So-
I forget what the topic even was.
I
You got me
said the
thinking about
topic already.
vinegar.
Did y'all
What?
remember the topic at home chat? Like what they do? Put it in the comments, like, subscribe, all that
No,
good
I don't
stuff.
think you said. You didn't.
I did say the topic. I said it was so traumatic for you that, our topic for the day is healing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
What does healing look like for you? Didn't I say that? Did y'all both?
I think so.
I think they both hit the weed pen.
He looked at me funny.
All right, come on.
So,
Oh, so
wait,
healing.
can we say
okay.
that? Oh, no. Okay, okay.
We are so off topic.
But healing,
Yeah.
Brandon. I
Oh,
wanna
this
hear
is where I jump in?
I mean, no, this is just.
Okay.
I feel like this is a topic that we all can relate and resonate
Yes.
with. Obviously, that's why we're here at this table. But healing, like, what does that look like for us? Like, how do you know when you need to heal? What are you wanting to heal from? Is there things that like? Let's get into it.
I noticed the more that I start to heal, like the more I acknowledge toxic patterns that I still continuously do. The more I heal, the more you're playing victim. You already addressed this. I know that, yes, it caused some trauma, but I've already acknowledged it. So why am I still using that? You know what I mean? I think that's what's hard for me, trying to move, like, acknowledge it,
Away.
go away from it,
Yeah.
stop living in it. That's probably the hardest for me when it comes to healing. Yeah.
Acknowledge. Okay. For me, I don't know. As I get older, certain things that you feel like are okay, they're norm, and then they're not normal, and you're like, wait a minute, maybe I do need to heal. Everybody thinks that they're a good person, and maybe we actually genuinely are, but it's like, sometimes I do something and I do some effed up crap, sometimes, like, and I go back like, that wasn't really nice of me,
Man.
am I a mean boy? You're possibly, but no, it's like, so it's things that I'm learning, like you said, and I'm acknowledging those things to heal. But healing doesn't feel good either.
No.
No.
The pain actually sometimes feel better than the process of healing.
Yeah. I feel like when you healing, depending on what it is, you need space and you need to learn how to sit with self. I feel like a lot of people don't know how to sit with self. They always want to be in groups. They always want to hang out, do this, and that with every single body, every single weekend or day, yada yada.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just don't know how to listen to that noise that's in their head and just sit there and just like relax.
Because that can eat you up, though. That noise in that head, sometimes it'd be like, but you running away from it.
Nah,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? You are.
I feel like 2020 people was that was eating everybody alive.
Wait, is there did the suicide rates go up in 2020? Is that right?
I don't know.
That right?
I don't know,
That's
bro.
Christine, is that right? My bad. Yeah. Do you remember?
Fact check.
We're going to fact check that. But I think that was the thing because so many people were sitting in the house that they were going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because they couldn't get back to society. But did y'all notice that, like, how after that, like, how society, like, our norm changed? And I don't think that it really hit me until, like, years and time later. Like, it's like, it was an effect, like a ripple effect, chaos effect. The world was so like, oh my God, at that time we were rioting. We were,
Oh yeah.
I think timelines got messed with in 2020.
something happened.
If you're asking me,
'Cause
you
I
guys
just-
know I'm a conspiracy theorist. So
But this ain't the same world that I remember when
Nope.
I was a kid.
absolutely
no.
not.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not even like, oh, what things change. You know, people grow over time, you know, but something about it. But that's deep. That's deep. Like, something just doesn't feel right anymore. But from those traumas, though, into that healing purpose, I wonder, like, how do people feel now? Because, like, what are we doing to take on, you know, the effects of 2020 and ever else? My bad, y'all. My chair was kind of like, can y'all hear it? Like, every time I went back, I'm like, wait, let me sit back up. But it felt good to sit back. But
I low key feel like 2020 was an experiment. Right.
yeah,
It
we
was
just
such
laugh,
an
right?
experiment. It was population control. It
Right.
was like they were really testing people. They were really
Bruh.
and what's crazy is in 2020, I was still using for parts of 2020. And when everyone was in a pandemic, me and the other crackheads, we were still outside. We never caught COVID. We
That's
never got
crazy.
nothing. You know what I mean? We were
Yeah.
outside faithfully. We were still ripping and running. And we were out on the streets, no masks. Like, we didn't care. We're just trying to survive. So
Yeah.
and it just got me like, dang, I never got sick, not once, not
Crazy.
like nothing. People around me really didn't. It was, I don't know. I think it was just an experiment.
Heck yeah, that was an experiment. Like, let's see what we could do. I remember seeing the videos, like, before it actually came to America, and a little Chinese lady was walking, she just fell over, and then this, and, you know, so then I'm like, wow, well, what's going on? And I never seen that in I mean, they were like, just remember that, y'all? Like, man, go back and look at that on, you know, like,
And then
in
how
some of y'all
was it
Google theories.
so deadly? But now all of a sudden, you can fight COVID at home and beat it.
Yeah.
It was wiping people out, but now all of a sudden it's
And then,
oh,
do
it's
y'all
just
remember?
another flu.
And then you remember
Bruh.
everything was COVID? You know, like, oh, she had to have surgery on her knee because of that COVID. Like,
And they, bro, what? They was anybody that died during that time. They were saying it was because of COVID.
because of COVID. Like, no, my grandma was just 184. It was time for her to go. Like, no shade. Well, no, but you know, she
Bro.
didn't. But no, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Nah,
on some
for real.
like she was old. Like, she had COVID. Like,
Like,
no.
And honestly, my respect, my condolences for everyone that did lose
No,
their
for
life
sure.
during COVID. Like, it's not a
RIP.
joke. We understand
But
that.
watching
But
it,
it's just how
It was
how?
just- certain things that made me question, like,
Yeah.
and then evidence of certain things being,
A man-made flu, just
or they just lying on
Hey.
certain people that passed.
but you know, whole
type.
city, Atlanta was still turning up during COVID. Hey, Atlanta ain't stopped. Y'all crazy. But
you got a
dang,
flashback.
baby, I was like, I want to go outside. So I went from Cali to Atlanta
I
because
think I seen it on the news.
what was
No,
outside?
I think
Oh, you
that's
seen it on the news?
outside
Oh,
for
yeah.
you.
Not you.
Huh?
Atlanta means you're going outside. What's that mean?
Well, no, like, you know, like, not really. I mean, like, I'm going to work, but I live down there. What you,
You ain't peep what he said. He's like, I said on the news. He said, "Oh, you seen me on the news?" Like, bro, I ain't trying to go on with what you said. I'm like, bro, nobody ain't see you on the news, dude. What you talking
during
about?
COVID, you never know. Like, you know what I mean? I was protesting and everything. Like, you know,
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
I was,
them protests were something
I was
crazy.
in LA protesting. And people was calling me,
For
like,
real?
don't go out there. Yeah, I was with the folks.
You had a sign?
I had the sign.
had a sign.
What was your
I
sign?
had, it said, hey, bro. So no, I ain't had no sign.
Bro, just be talking.
No, but I did go outside though. Like, I swear, like, it's on my lives and stuff, like on social media. But I had like the little bandana, like around my thing, you know. And what was it? No sun, no peace, no,
no justice, no,
peace.
peace.
Like, you know,
What was that
So-
for? What was that? What was-
There's a couple protests.
what for the black guy who what's his name?
I can't breathe.
How you-
I can't breathe.
How you do this? Don't
George
even know
Floyd.
who he was.
I was about to say Rodney King, but that was
Oh.
way on script. Like,
Nah.
Jesus Christ.
You don't even know he was.
I wanted to go outside because of COVID.
I know you was
So,
lying, fool.
I had to do something, okay?
Bro, bro, I know. That's crazy.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
All right, bro. All right, bro.
No, but I
that's
did- I
crazy.
did protest. Like, y'all, sorry, don't cancel. Let's just share this.
Kills me. Nah.
Time or two before. But no, I mean, I was really outside fighting for what it was, you know, to be
Yeah.
done. Because, I mean, I seen that the unjust in the world, you know, what was going on. Like, and so we had our time to kind of sit there and just look at the mess and the horror and everything that was taking place across the nation. Like, so I remember me just kind of sitting there thinking. By that time, the team that I was working with, they had flew to Atlanta, so they were like, out in the state, and I'm just like, man, I don't want to just sit this one out. You know what I'm saying? I think it's because I think we had this conversation like last time. We talked about it. If you don't fight for nothing, then you'll fall for anything. And so at that time, I was on some like I was born outside, and guess what's crazy though? Hey, shout out to Rico because Rico is an Asian, right? I'll tell you about Rico, right? So I met Rico. Don't remember how I met Rico. But first of all, I don't know if too many Asians ain't Rico, okay? Second of all, he asked me, hey, you want to hang out? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, sure. Got chicken, right? You sitting there. What you say? Hey, y'all, man, this man voice is just like this. Yeah, bro. It's crazy. And I'm thinking, like, where did you come from? And, like, he hadn't been over here in America for very long. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he said his thing was, how I guess when people come over here or whatever, they go around their own community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He went and got some black friends. Oh. This man's voice was deep. Yup. True.
Did he change his name, or was his name genuinely Rico? Or is that his, like, hey, it's my United States name?
I promise you I could pull it up. Hey, y'all crazy, though. And we actually went to go and get chicken, but he actually called me like, hey, you going down to protest? I'm like, yeah, man, come on. It can sound louder than me. But hey, I was on it. I swear, I cannot make this up. I'm looking him up right now, though, y'all. But, the world did change during COVID, though.
I'm looking him up right now, y'all.
I am. Look, I definitely.
Hey, Rico.
What's up, Rico?
Hey.
Hey, y'all.
How you doing?
Look, I told you, this is. Swear, he gonna look at this like.
His last name legit for Asian.
For real.
Okay. Let's see.
I can't make it up.
Where is it? Oh.
See?
He looked like his voice.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's shocking. It was deeper than mine. I was like, all right, but.
Oh yeah, he definitely came to America. Went to the black community.
Oh yeah. Hey, shout out to Rico for calling me out the house during a protest and getting it together because we was outside definitely demonstrating that, y'all. But all right, back to our topic, and we can hit on that just again, just healing. Like, are there things? Because I know you got out of a serious. You mind if I put that on blast? Of course, right?
I mean, I could put it on blast.
You can tell your own story better than that.
I left a 5-year domestic violence relationship, and
bravo to you.
Thank you. But what made it even harder is I had never been in a relationship before that. I was a kid, and then 18, I hit drugs, and so I never knew how to live. It was just straight ripping, running drugs. So he's like, come down here, move with me, and we'll get you sober, and like portray this thing of love. And we all know I got daddy issues, like with parents issues. I've never got shown love. So I'm like, so I just accepted it because it was normal to me, the fighting, the getting beat. I watched it my whole life, Yeah. And then the more I was with him, the longer I got sober, the longer I healed. I realized, like, wow, this is not okay. And what's crazy is even after I got beat up, I found comfort in him comforting me after he beat me up. And I'm like, something's not right here.
That's a word for that. It's like
I can't. There is a
like
word.
It's like you get abused, but you Stockholm syndrome. There you go.
And
Deep. Hey, shout out to Christina, by the way, again.
I preferred the physical abuse over the mental abuse because the physical abuse didn't last as long. The mental abuse stuck with me, and it belittled me and it drained me. Like.
So when did you know like you needed to like go? Was it your kids? Was it something that you seen to be like, I got to get out of here? You know what I mean? Like,
once I had my like I got pregnant and had my son, and it was never in front of the kids, and I was cool with that as long as my kids were safe and I had a good life for them. I came from nothing. I was living good, and then I had my daughter, and then like my youngest daughter, and I believe he tried to hit me with her in her, like she was in my arms, and that was it.
That's
you
when
put
you
my
knew you
baby
had to
at
go.
yeah. I'm like, and then I never wanted her to grow up thinking that was a form of love.
There you go. Did he ever hit you when you were pregnant?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. Deep. Right?
Yeah.
But it happens, you know what I mean? Like, and that's
Actually, pistol whipped me while I was pregnant.
you-
Yeah, I had a
oh
knot on
my.
the side. My jaw was broken.
No.
About 7 ribs broken. Yeah, a
Did he
bunch
ever
of-
get locked
What?
up for any of this?
No, I never called the police. What's crazy though, towards the end of the relationship, he knew I was plotting to go, and he cut his ear, called the police, and said I punched him. And a cop came, and there's no reason for race to be brought into it, but it was a black cop, you know. And he came, and before I could even tell my story, he just automatically sided with him, and I'm like. And me coming off as hostile, like, because are you so serious right now, dude? You've literally almost killed me, and you're faking saying I hit you.
Crazy.
And like the people came to talk to him, like, oh, domestic violence is so hard. And the judge saw right through it. They saw the next morning, like, he has 1,000 DVs on his record
Oh,
from
yeah.
previous baby and released me. But it's just like, wow. In the last 2 years I was with him, I knew. I like, in my head, I'd be like, it was a war. It'd be like, I knew I got to get out. But then it was also war. This is the best you ever had. You could take a couple ass beatings to live luxury.
Damn. So how do you heal from that? That's the whole topic. Put it right on the
It's-
table.
I don't some things still trigger me. Like when I first left, footprints made me uneasy. My
Footprint
nervous
what?
system. Oh yeah, like
Wait.
people walking
Oh.
because if I'd like go in the basement when I knew he's coming home because I don't know what mood he's in. I don't know how the night's gonna go. So I'd like, and then I hear them footprints like fuck, he's home. Try to fake sleek or something. Just like different footprints. And he wasn't always a bad guy. I hate to like dog the guy because you know he had some mental issues, and that's where I think my problem is I emphasize for everyone else so much. So like I genuinely feel like he was just fighting demons and he didn't know how to love either, and that's just what he knew. And like so it's I hate that I emphasize for him still.
But you can't put your hands
No, absolutely not.
on
I know that
women.
now.
Oh,
I absolutely know that
no.
now.
That's like lowest of the low. Like if you gonna put your hands on somebody, just let it be a guy.
Go outside and fight somebody at the gas station. That's your
go-
size.
It was a
Go
Shit.
go get in the
Gender.
gym. Go get in the gym.
Yeah, because that can help a lot.
Go get in the
I
gym.
know that being in the gym has healed a lot of people. They actually, they work on themselves. It's self-imaging, and then it triggers something. But I mean, that's also like that's scientific. It's our
Bro, that's just
emotions and the chemicals
That's
and the
just-
balance of it. But hey, I get it. So I mean, but so from that healing point of view, like, are you? Can you say that you're healed, or do you still feel like it's a journey to be healed?
I'm the
What do you do
farthest-
to heal?
farthest thing from healed. What really is I have to work on. He belittled me so much that I think having to reteach myself that I'm worthy, I'm enough. Like my biggest affirmation and for my daughter is I'm enough. No matter what, I am enough. I am worthy. I am loved. So like just having to rewire my brain from years of brainwash, I think that's the hardest thing for me is no, I'm the furthest thing from healed. I am. But it's a journey. The more I sit with it, the more
yeah.
like, whoa, you really just stayed through all that. I'm like embarrassed now, like, cause I know my worth now. And
Yes. And how long were y'all together?
5 years.
5 years. Damn, all of this in 5 years. I'm thinking it's like a lifelong. I mean, but 5 years is a long time.
Yeah,
but sheesh,
five
a
years.
lot's happened in 5 years. Sometimes I'm like, no, that was 15 years. I'm like, boy, that was only
Towards the
2.
beginning, it was worse, and towards the end, it got better because I started to heal. So therefore, I'm pushing words of wisdom to him, trying to, and it did. It eased up. It stopped. The hitting stopped, and it kind of mental. Sometimes, you could tell he
Yeah.
was working on him too, but then when he started cheating again, he got mad and he felt guilty. So he flipped the script and tried to abuse
What's that
me.
word? Wait, 5, 4, 3. Narcissist. Okay.
Narcissist.
I was getting it, y'all.
Yeah. So, and hopefully, he's working on him and he's changing for our kids. But no, never again. Never again. And now I know every red flag.
Has he ever apologized? And if he did apologize, do you accept that apology?
I don't need an apology from him.
But what if he did apologize? Keep
I
it.
don't believe you. Even if he did sincerely, you need to apologize to yourself before you try to apologize to me. And I don't think he's ever going to do that because he's so self-consumed.
Dang, that's deep. That's
But
deep.
I really don't need it. I need to apologize myself for putting up for it so long.
Yeah.
I'm like, and honestly, I think it was my karma. Like, I was a horrible person in active addiction. My debt is now paid in full.
That's
You can't tell me nothing. I was horrible. I was the damn devil. I was demonic. I was possessed. I was on drugs. I was doing things I would never do sober. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, all that bad energy I was putting out, it came back to me, but my karma's paid in full and I learned from it. And now I could see a guy walking down the street. Oh yeah, I just red flag. I know what not to look for. Like I know what to look for now and what
Gotcha.
to stay away from. So.
Yeah. I mean, but
Similar.
that's a learning experience, and that's a double. Wait, did he ever dabble in the drugs with you too?
No, not. He got me sober. I will give him that. He beat me up and kept me in a room locked for a week and a half. But I'm so grateful for it now.
I'm about to say, well, damn, that's one way to do no
But
shade.
it's
That's
like,
not funny,
he
but
beat me
damn,
clean,
like
and it's horrible to say I'm grateful for it, but in that moment, that was normal to me. And watching my mom get hands put on her too, and like, just it was. I thought it was normal. Like I just thought that lifestyle. It's okay. That's a form of love because that's all I was ever taught. And now I know different. It's just like,
yeah, that ain't,
whoa,
that ain't
like.
That was like when you was a kid. So like doing stuff in front of a kid
Yes.
can really traumatize their brain and them not even know that they're like not in control of their brain anymore because what they seen an adult do. So like later on in life, it becomes like the norm. Like it's
Yeah.
like like you get programmed while you're a kid, and then later on you don't feel nothing, no effect towards it, even if it's like bad.
I remember watching my mom and dad get in an argument one time, and my dad came home. He was drunk, and he started like fighting the fridge. My mom's like, "Beat the fridge up!" Blah, 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 and she gets mad because he was out with another woman, whatever, and she hits him with the frying pan.
Oh no!
And so he
Jesus
takes her
Christ.
head and pushes it into the window and cuts her, and the cops get called, and they're fist fighting. And then
Like-
on his way out, my mom's like, "Go grab your dad some socks," and she gives him a kiss. So I'm just like,
Like
this
no
is, so
kid.
looking back now, like what the heck? But like to me, it's normal. Daddy's going to jail. Let me give him some socks.
Wait,
We'll see you tomorrow.
Like no
right,
kid.
Papa? You know, yeah,
No
no,
kid
that's
deserves
fucked
to
up.
see anything like that. A kid should be a kid.
No,
Yes.
now my kids even if like I raise my voice, you could tell they're uncomfortable, and I love that because I grew up in a house where like now if I get stern and you can. What? Why are you yelling at me?
But
like,
they know
I
I mean-
apologize. Mommy should have showed. Yeah,
But
you
I
can tell they're
mean
not
it.
used to it.
Yeah.
And that's
It
what
shouldn't
they
be a
deserve.
normal thing,
It's
but it's
no.
like a
But I think that's kind of deep, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, honestly, you know, when you go through things like that, addiction, and then you go through the abuse and, you know, childhood traumas and things like that, it takes a lot for an individual to be on the opposite side and say, well, I'm not going to treat my children like that. I'm not going to show them what I was shown, obviously, because you want to be a better version of what your parents
Yes.
were or were
Yeah.
not. But then not only just that, just holding yourself composed as a human, a functional human in society. You know what I mean? Because as you said, like all of those traumas and things, you know, we've seen people break over the smallest things. So I couldn't even just imagine how mentally strong I would have to be to, you know, get myself out of that situation and then out of that situation and then have children and then raise them on a better road, you know, because
It's so hard
That's
though. Like I
hell.
could see some of the pattern. Like sometimes, like I'll get overstimulated, and my first instincts just stop. You know, just yell, and now I have to stop myself. Like, that's just what you were taught. That's just like what your parents did. So I have to stop myself, redirect. Hey, look, mommy in the eyes. We're not gonna do that. You know what I mean? And it's so hard. And some days, yeah. I mess up. I yell. You know what I mean? I could have been calmer. I could have had more patience. But the fact that I'm acknowledging it, love that word today.
absolutely.
It's growth for me. And not every parent is perfect. And if you came from a messed up childhood and with parents, just learn what not to do. You learned what not to do. Don't think it was all negative and there's nothing to take from it, because there is. You know exactly what not to do now.
Yeah.
Learn from that.
Because I could say that, I mean, it wasn't my mother or anything who was like, you know, I was raised under my grandmother too. So I had that grandmother love, you know. So,
Love my grandmas, yes.
you know, that was different from mom, but it was still an authoritative figure, you know. And gosh, like I can only just imagine, but it wasn't that. I grew up in a hood, so there were things that I had seen that I thought were normal that probably was not normal at all, you know. But it was like it wasn't in my home, you know. And I remember going to other people's homes and I'm being like, what is going on?
Man.
You know, the mama's screaming, she is yelling. Now I ain't gonna hold you though as a kid. Let me tell you, baby. I used to
Loved it.
love going over there. Okay, because we can stay up all night. We can do whatever we want to do, but it's a kid.
It's so crazy you said that because as a kid it was different for me. I was that house where do whatever you want. I don't care. Just leave me alone. Blah, blah, a mess.
Yeah.
But I remember in high school I went to this girl named Jamie Seacrest's house. I think we might be Facebook friends, so you might see this. And her house was so homey. Like they made me sit at the dinner table and they all ate and they all like talked and there was a bedtime and I craved it and I wanted it so bad.
Hey.
So that was fun to me. Like, oh, your parents
but
love
there's
you.
research done like that. Have you ever heard about that? It's research done where they put like children in like different rooms and stuff, and the children that don't have like direction or like authority or whatever, you know, they run wild for a moment. But the children that actually have that structure, you know, they were doing something, and y'all gotta watch. I gotta look at. I don't really know what it's called, but I remember me coming past it. But the children, I guess they had a glass and they would look over and see, oh, that's structure. They wanted that.
Yeah.
Everybody
Children
wants
want structure. And you know, from a point of view, you know, as a kid, you're like, you know, remember that show called what was that called? You know, they was the kids. It was on like Cartoon Network, and they had the Treehouse and
Kids
I
next,
didn't
Spy Kids
like no,
next
he
door?
was like kids with the kids next door.
Spy Kids next door.
Yeah, you remember that?
Kids.
And it was like and they were like, yeah,
Like the
and
bald head.
bald head dude.
Ed and Eddie.
One with the green shirt on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that? But they were like living in their own world. That's always what I wanted my childhood to be like. You know, like, yeah, I could take care of myself. But then I think about it like, I wouldn't have made it like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't one of them kids that ran away either. I think I ran away for a moment, but it was like, I'm just going to get fresh air. No matter, I just keep walking. And it's like, no, you ain't.
Me, I just opened the window and hid in the closet to see if anyone was gonna come look and see if I was going. No,
Yeah.
there was 8 of us. Of course they didn't know.
Oh.
I got 7 siblings. Yeah.
Time.
Like, I'm going to do this, so you like, I'm tired of this. I'm just going.
Well, like I made it look like I ran away to open the window. You know how if we had curtains or whatever blanket was nailed into the wall, I'd make it look like it's flowing, like you know, like a movie. I'm like, is anyone gonna come for me? Like, no, they ain't noticed your book bag was gone, Brand.
No. Not the little book bag, but you know, hey, that's some real hood crap. She said the
blanket.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves as an adult now. Like, I think it is just because I lived it. You will never catch me with a nail on my wall and a blanket covering a window.
The blanket covering the window.
Oh, it makes
No,
me
no,
so
no.
mad when I see it. Like,
gotta
just
No,
no,
triggers
no.
me. It puts me in like I think like PTSD or something because I'm just like, I worked too hard to get away from this. No, like no.
Yeah, no.
But that's also a form of healing too. Like things that you seen and you know the norm as a child. Obviously, you know whether it was good and or bad. It was things that my mom did, you know, that I couldn't really agree with. It wasn't a lot though, you know. But I just, you know, just setting off making your own life. You know, I knew, like, I don't really care too much for like a hood function, y'all. And I'm honestly say that, like, I'm kind of bougie B, so I don't want to go there, and I don't want to do this, and I want to do this. You know, y'all ask me to go out all the time, you know, and I'm like, what club? And it's like I'm like, absolutely not. You would never catch me there. But it's from at a point in time in my life when I was just finding my own though, and me being outside, and I'm like, I don't like these clubs. You know what I'm talking about? You know, them clubs. I ain't gonna name no clubs because you know I don't get no publicity, but.
It's a few, but don't act like you been doing that.
Bro,
Bro,
have.
bro.
What club did I go to?
See that stuff?
Only time I went to.
Did we, bro, dating?
Well, this guy was so off the rocker That
I
he
was
don't even know the reason why we left was because I was uncomfortable in the club.
It don't matter, bruh. You be going to clubs every week. Well, this past couple,
do not go to
these past
clubs.
couple
I go to
months,
bars.
you, bro, lounge, club, bar.
Not the same.
Don't say, but don't
Not the
say,
same.
don't say you've been
Not the
saying
same.
no to clubs or whatever, bro. You was just
I never said.
you be God.
Not all clubs. I know it. Not all clubs are bad.
He
Like,
be, he really be wanting to function for sure. Don't
Did I?
act-
Wait, hold
bro.
on. I never said that. I said hood clubs. And we know which ones you're talking about.
Dayton was Dayton not a hood club.
And then we leave. Well, you don't remember nothing.
Bro, we was there for a minute. For a minute.
Did-
I do remember a lot.
I can't take them nowhere.
Where?
Anywhere. That's different. But me, see, we go to the hood. That's my whole personality gonna shift back to me being in the hood.
That ain't the hood.
So I mean,
That's
what
me,
do you mean
like,
by that?
That's kind of like serving too. Like people don't want the ratchet tables, so I just
I
I'm
don't
getting
even see
ratchet
it.
right at the table.
I mean, right, but it's okay. But it's the same thing though. Like I mean, yeah. When I'm in the hood, don't get me wrong. Like sometimes I be in the trenches, but like the clubs that I'm talking about, y'all know we
I
just
don't
have
wanna go
murders and
there.
deaths and things like that, and I'm just like,
They just had a mass shooting
I
at a
wouldn't
club in,
go
Yeah, no.
to that
no.
club there, but I would go to that club there. You'd be like, oh no, what's the difference? Oh, I know the difference. I can smell it, and when you come from it, you can smell it. All right,
Oh, bunch of backwoods.
back up,
That
smelling,
being said,
smelling like I don't know what it smell like, but I
do
don't
you
like
guys
it.
understand what BB is saying when he said the difference between the clubs?
And
Drop
miles.
that in the chat because I mean I know like
Because
the
Sam's just here
comments.
for laughing.
Bro, backwoods and miles. I don't want to go in that club. Like, no.
So why would I go in the club? I done sprayed on Dolce and Gabbana and Gucci and I'm like
I want to go to
smelling.
mixed clubs.
Thank you, Brand.
Got every nationality in there.
We're off topic,
It's a little
y'all,
bit
but
safer. Oh,
What
my bad.
is something? What is something you're healing from? What is something that you're healing from that you just can't quite get? I want to know what everyone else is having a hard time healing from,
Yeah.
not just me.
Yeah, I want to know. Yeah, I want to know like because
yeah. But
Is it all childhood trauma for everyone right now?
I think a lot of people got childhood trauma. It's either childhood trauma from 2020 and to now, honestly.
yeah, I mean that's your whole life, But I feel like because it starts at the early age, that trauma can either make or break you. But I mean, obviously, since we've been a kid, we've been learning in with sponges. So we've soaked up, adapted, had to change, had to pivot. But I want to know, like, what's y'all traumas? Like, what's something that y'all going through right now? Y'all want to get through? What's something that you maybe are going through that you are getting through, and how are you doing that? Like, because I think that conversation, this conversation can go on about the healing and things like that. But maybe you saying something down in the comments can help somebody else, because this is what we're doing. We're just bringing all the problems from the brain to the table. So,
Yeah. So yeah,
With that being said,
this
chaos effect.
yeah. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day.
all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, talk.